Isometric overcoming hinge. This is a position that we can use to prep our body to do hinge work. The goal of this position is to make sure that we can feel really solid and safe in the hinge position and allow us to work out some of the nuances of the hinge that can sometimes be a bit more difficult on the fly. This also gives us a really great chance to get some posterior pelvic floor expansion as well as upper chest or pump handle expansion. You want to use a really thick, super heavy band, or you could even use a towel. We don't want a band or something that's really going to give way when you pull up on it. So you want to choose something that will really kind of make you work. All right, so I've got my thick band here, and all I'm gonna do is put it underneath my midfoot. I don't want to put it right underneath the ball of my foot nor the heel of my foot, okay? So I've got it underneath my midfoot, and my feet are about hip width distance apart, and I want to make sure that each side of the band is about equidistance from the floor to my hand. So I wouldn't want to have one side a lot taller than the other. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to pull on the band yet. I'm going to get into my hinge position. So if I was getting ready to start a deadlift, or if I was just practicing my hinge, I'm going to get into that position. So I'm gonna let my knee come over my midfoot while I keep that heel nice and heavy. So again, we don't wanna rock forward. We just want that weight centered over the midfoot, heavy heels and heavy tripod foot. Now from here, I wanna make sure that I get my lower ribs down and back, okay? So I like to think about showing somebody your back ribs. So I'm gonna take a nice exhale here. Lower ribs come down, and this is also going to allow me to create a little more space back here. Now from here, I want to make sure that I'm not tucked under, okay? We don't want any tucking of the tailbone. So think about keeping that tailbone just gently lifted, and again, centering the weight over the midfoot, ribs down, deep core up. Now on your band or towel, you're going to pull up. You should not be able to fully move the band or towel. You're gonna pull up while keeping in mind that none of the things that we just got into position should change. So you should still have knee over the midfoot, tailbone slightly lifted, ribs down, deep core up and on, and you're going to breathe here. What I want you to focus on your inhales is feeling in between your sits bones, spread out. And I also would love it if you were able to feel a little bit of upper chest or pump handle expansion on those inhales. Because what we don't want to do is inhale and kind of lose our tension right here through our core. We're using this position to bias our ability to get a little more stretch in the posterior pelvic floor and to get a little more expansion up here in the upper chest. That is your overcoming isometric hinge breathing drill.